From the mud to the rise, yeah, we built it on the grind. Trench talk, real talk, leave the fake ones behind. We don't fold, we don't break, every move we define. It's the code from the trenches where the real ones align.
So apparently, I hurt some feelings last video I made about Akademiks. His fans were in the comments crying like I kicked their emotional support hamster, talking about you hating. Nah, I'm stating facts. Your boy falling off harder than his hairline, and y'all still hanging on like he about to drop a platinum podcast. Some Akademiks fanboys went at me like, Akademiks has had 10K plus viewers all week. Y'all be capping for content. You have 800 views in 4 days. I think it's your channel that's going down in flames. Or, you don't believe that, LOL. Look at your own channel. Akademiks going down in flames will still have more reach and numbers than you, goofball. Well, you butthurt fanboys are talking about my 800 views. Yeah, sure, but at least my 800 aren't a bunch of bot accounts tuning in because Akademiks posted a new Lil Baby drama video. 800 views with real engagement, and guess what? It's not a bottomless pit like Akademiks' channel. When you're stuck in the past, you can't blame me for your favorite online commentator getting left behind. Stay in the flames though, fam. I know Akademiks got more reach. He's reaching for relevancy like it's a life raft. But guess what? My views are real people vibing with me, not random stumbling into a YouTube history class about what's wrong with the game. If that's more reach, then you can have it. Keep telling yourself your boy's winning while I keep building with actual fans who can tell the difference between clout and content. Let's be real. Akademiks ain't relevant no more unless you count screaming on Twitch while eating wings and beefing with 19-year-olds. This ain't hate. This an obituary for clout he ain't got no more. So sit back, relax, grab some tissues, cause I'm about to roast your fallen hero. So here's the deal, fam. We in the world of Akademiks, where the one and only Big Mac Akademiks is getting roasted like a hot dog on a summer day. This dude's out here running his mouth, talking about how Kendrick Lamar killed hip hop. Like, seriously? Bro, you can't even keep your own hairline from killing itself, and you talking about a culture shifting artist like Kendrick? Get your life together. And who's he teaming up with? Kanye West? You know, the dude who thinks he's Jesus but can't even make a proper shoe without losing his mind? Yeah, that guy. Now, Akademiks wants to say Kendrick killed hip-hop, but let's keep it real. Kendrick resurrected hip-hop. We've been stuck in the whack era for years, with these clowns pushing garbage like it's gourmet. Meanwhile, Kendrick drops GNX, and suddenly the charts remember what a real artist is. 2 #1 hits, still outselling Drake's latest album. Sick. And here comes Big Mac Akademiks trying to serve that soggy fast food like it's fine dining. Now hold up, let's talk about Akademiks' little tantrum about Kendrick's success. This dude's mad because Kendrick's out here spitting real bars, making people think, while Big Mac and his crew are stuck playing catch up with their turn up music. He says Kendrick made hip-hop lame, and it's all about battle rap. But what Akademiks don't get is that Kendrick raised the bar. These non-lyrical rappers are mad because they can't handle the heat. If you've been living off of clout and beef for years, a real lyricist coming through with substance is like throwing a bucket of cold water on your fire. See, Akademiks is that dude who built his whole empire off chaos and drama. He didn't earn his spot by making smart commentary about the culture. Nah, he's the dude that gave a megaphone to the 6ix9ines, the Lil Yachty's, and the rest of these clowns. He platformed this trash, boosted it up like it was the next big thing. And now he's scared, cause that same SoundCloud era is on its way out, and it's time to make room for real artistry, real substance. And Kendrick's leading the charge. That's why Chicken Wings Akademiks is in full panic mode. Y'all don't remember, but Akademiks' claim to fame was running that Chirac content without even showing his face. He built his whole thing off of chaos, beef, and all the nastiness that came with it. Dude's more worried about getting clicks than actually giving any deep thought to the culture. That's his hustle. Post whatever drama, say whatever's controversial, and let it cook for the views. But now, with Kendrick making real music that people gotta think about, that's a threat to Big Mac's whole get-rich-off-stupidity game. The truth is, he's shook. He's got nothing to offer in a world where substance is back. So what does he do? He tries to downplay Kendrick's impact, talk trash about the very shift that's saving hip-hop from its slow death. And now Akademiks is in the same boat as those SoundCloud kids he made his fame off of, irrelevant, and washed. Here comes Kanye West. Y'all know this man? The same dude who's been turning his life into a circus act for years. Kanye's mental state is on a different level of wild, and who does he choose to talk to? DJ Akademiks, the king of drama and distraction. I mean, who else is gonna let Kanye go full throttle with this nonsense and not blink? You want to clown Jay-Z's kids, throw shots at Kendrick and Drake, spread outlandish headlines like they're candy? Akademiks is your guy. They sit down for an hour and a half, and what do they talk about? Not the music. Nah, we don't care about that. We're diving into his personal drama, bashing his kid's mom, throwing shade at the dude who's supposedly his friend, and all this mess because, get this, he thinks it's just him speaking his truth. And then, let's get into Kanye's costume situation. I mean, dude's out here wearing some KKK knockoff outfit, just wilding while trying to justify his evil behavior, saying the whole thing is just speaking his truth. Man, the real truth is, you looking like you fell off the fashion train a decade ago. Even his security guard looked at him like, bruh, I don't get paid enough for this. And yo, Kanye straight up said he's the closest thing to God on earth. Like what? Man's ego is so inflated he's out here comparing himself to God. No wonder he's beefing with everyone. He's mad because his throne got snatched by Kendrick, Drake, and all the new gods of rap. Kanye's feeling some type of way about not being number one, so now he's flipping on everyone, even saying he's jealous of Kendrick because Kendrick's out here living his best life while Ye's stuck in the past. So Akademiks, instead of asking him real music questions like, yo, yeah, what's up with the tracks you dropped? He's asking him about how he's supposedly being manipulated by the industry. Kanye flips it, talks about his so-called truth, and how he's the voice for the voiceless. Bruh, stop. You just mad nobody's giving you the same love as when you dropped Graduation. He keeps going, spiraling into jealousy, talking about Iggy Azalea hiding her kids from Kris Jenner, Kim flirting with the idea of letting their daughter collab with Playboy Cardi, and all that. Nothing to do with music. The whole interview is a clown show. Akademiks is sitting there like a fanboy, enabling Kanye to go off on these delusions, just stirring the pot. The crazy thing is, Kanye ain't even doing this for the music no more. He's doing it for the chaos. And Akademiks, he's just as bad. He's playing the game, not realizing he's just another cog in the machine that's only making their fall even bigger when the house of cards finally collapses. Kanye thought he was untouchable, a god, but now he's out here looking like a broke down B-list celebrity in a mustache chain and a White Lives Matter tee, gifting it to his homie, Big Macademics. Like, who you fooling, bro? This man had everything. Money, fame, a family, but he couldn't help but burn it all down for what? His ego, his delusions? All I see is a man packing up a suitcase, a portable beat maker, and 2 costumes, heading to Japan to escape the wreckage of his own making. He ain't making masterpieces no more. He's making headlines by dissing everyone around him. Where's the artistry? Where's the evolution? This man had the chance to be a legend, but instead, he's out here beefing with Drake, throwing shade at Kendrick, and talking like he's still on top, when really, he's just a sad parody of his former self. Yo, Kanye says Drake is 100 times the artist Kendrick will ever be? Bruh, chill. Drake has always shown you love, and you want to talk about him like he's the enemy? You just mad because you lost your spot and can't handle it. Meanwhile, Kendrick's out here changing the game, raising the bar for what it means to be a real artist. Kendrick's taking shots at the culture with Not Like Us, while Kanye's talking about some random track that he thinks ended Frank Ocean's career. Nah, fam. Frank's been chillin', making music when he feels like it, not trapped in your delusional world of I'm the greatest to ever do it. No, you ain't. You just scared to face the fact that your music ain't what it used to be. And let's talk about the biggest joke of all. Kanye's talk about being the closest thing to God on earth. Bruh, you ain't even the closest thing to a solid album anymore. You out here talking about being evil and yet still expect people to bow down to your greatness? Nah, fam. You're out here running around disrespecting the dead, Virgil, throwing shade at Jay-Z's kids and thinking you're untouchable. But nobody's trying to cancel you, because no one cares enough to even engage anymore. You're a walking echo chamber, screaming into the void. Meanwhile, Kendrick's out here giving us constant fire and making moves, while you're over here with big Akademiks telling us that the world should bow to you. You want power? The power ain't in your tantrums, your rants, or your I'm a God speeches. It's in the music, the impact, the artistry. But you've lost that, Kanye. And you can talk all you want about how the industry's trying to suppress you. But at the end of the day, the real reason you're not on top is because your art doesn't speak like it used to. Meanwhile, Kendrick's out here changing the game and getting the respect he deserves. And you're just out here clinging to whatever little bit of clout you can muster by roasting people, looking like a fool in front of the world. And you ever peep that whole Sofender Avengers squad? Yeah, I'm talking about the gang that calls themselves the biggest independent hip-hop media outlets. They think they run this thing, but let's be real. When you got Adam 22, Trap Ross, Vlad TV, and Whack 100 in the same room, it's like watching a circus of clowns, and somehow it's all about drama, not the music. They sat down for hours, right? 4 hours to be exact. You'd think they'd be talking about bars, beats, and who's got the next hot album. Nah, they spent 3 hours talking about murder, snitching, and which rapper is the biggest gangster. Like, for real. Adam 22's out here letting his wife sleep with other dudes on camera. Like that's normal. Trap Ross obsessed with gang violence and murders. And Vlad, bro's sitting there like the feds, trying to break down every rapper's criminal record. And Whack 100? Don't get me started on this dude. I saw a video of him naked, yelling on Clubhouse. Like seriously? That's what hip-hop media is supposed to look like. I guess we're all supposed to bow down to these dudes because they know how to exploit drama for views. But here's the catch. They're all stuck in the past, chasing controversy instead of music. But yo, the game's shifting. People are tired of the toxicity. Kendrick's out here raising the bar with real music that electrifies. He's not about to let these drama kings take over the conversation. You got new faces on the scene. People like Black Boy Max and DDG turning Twitch into the new hub for real hip-hop. They're pushing music, not beefs. And these YouTubers, they're talking bars, they're talking change, they're talking real conversations. This shift is a threat to guys like Akademiks and Vlad, who've made a career out of selling chaos. Kendrick doesn't need to speak on social media or start beefs to stay relevant. His music does the talking. Meanwhile, these guys are out here talking about sales, streams, and drama because they know that's the only way they can stay in the spotlight. But look at the numbers, fam. Tyler, the Creator, sold out the Staples Center 6 times. Kendrick, he's out here doing numbers while these dudes can barely push albums. It's clear, Kendrick isn't a threat to hip-hop, he's a threat to all the BS these drama-drenched channels thrive on.